and welcome to the Bon Dia Daily part of the Good Morning Portugal show. Good morning to you, Jackie. Lovely to see you here. Bon Dia Gumpers, big love and hugs to all who are feeling the cold and those who are in the sun. Only 259 days of it left, so enjoy. 300. I'm not sure what if you can explain can you show your working in the margin, please, on the 259 days left there. For me, I've been keeping a tally, and we will take a look at the weather in just a moment after we've had a look at a couple of news items from the Algarve. Mine is 50-50 on the sunshine and the no sunshine. Hello, Jackie. So I've got at the moment, after 8 days of 2025, it's level pegging. 4 days of sunshine, 4 days of no sun, and like a bad week to give up sniffing glue, a bad week to start measuring the sunshine here in Portugal, but we will be keeping a close eye on that and keeping that tally going. Talking of the Portugueser, he joins us at around 8:20 this morning, and at 8:40 we've got Captain Casa coming back as well. I did want to take him through the wonderful video that he made of the wonderful mansion in Viseu, where Hugh and Jane are, of course. We may do that. He wants to talk about helping you sell your home, if that's what you're doing as you go into 2025. He is Captain Casa. He's got all sorts of techniques and tactics to help you sell your home. And I suppose if you're buying, he can help you decode how the home that you're interested in is being marketed as well. It's very quiet in the chat this morning. Is it the early start time? We're not used to it yet, perhaps. I know we've definitely lost people who refuse to get up at this time. Lord Travanca bending my ear the other night at the Portugal Club Social on Tuesday evening. 8 o'clock, what was I thinking? Good thing I'm not moving there for the weather. It is absolutely right, just around about now. You may like this first news item that I'd like to share with you this morning. Before we move on to the weather and a bit of language and culture, I'll come back finally to those 7 best apps for learning Portuguese. And of course, don't forget tonight on the Expats Portugal webinar, we've got Philomena talking to us about doing admin and making bookings and that sort of thing. And she'll be with us tomorrow morning here on the Good Morning Portugal show as well. Look, yeah, it's feeling creepy. I think we've got to give just you and me there, maybe Jackie this morning, and we've got to give people a chance to catch up with us. Maybe when a few people see this flash across their Facebook screens this morning, they'll want to join us. I'm going to go to the Portugal Resident, where it's being reported, and my headline for this is high tide in the Algarve, where over 90 kilos of hashish washes up on the Algarve beaches. Interesting choice of words. I mean, there are so many wonderful ways of describing the old wacky-backy, aren't there? Like the devil's lettuce, etc. Oh, yeah, there are other people here. Thank you. Hola, bon dia from Bob and Viv this morning. And does the earliest start time mean that some of you are consuming the show from the boudoir? Wouldn't it be nice? Get up just before 8, grab a cup of tea, maybe a pastel de nata. On the way to the Algarve already. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Yeah, a cup of tea, sit up in bed and watch the at least the first 20 minutes here to catch you up with the lighter side or the higher side of life here this morning in the Algarve. A couple of news items before we chat with Tony this morning, a.k.a. the Portugueser. Right, so here from the Portugal Resident, and I wonder if Natasha Don thought, yes, what a great story to write about. Over 90 kilos then of hash. Well, it's quite an old-fashioned word, that, isn't it, for the Mary Jane. Stormy weather, definitely going to get blocked on YouTube for this one. Stormy weather responsible for foiling traffickers. Foiling, not a great word to use when it comes to referring to drugs, right? The GNR's Coastal and Border Control Unit, the UCCF, has seized over 93 kilos of hashish washed ashore in the Algarve as a result of the stormy weather of recent days, the force has announced. What normally happens then? Does it just bob around in the sea? With worsening weather conditions and the intensification of swell, inspections were stepped up in order to detect and respond to possible trafficking along the coastline, said the GNR in a statement. As a result, authorities found and seized bales of drugs at 2 points in the west and one further east. The first two came on Monday, first in Rebellion and Bogal. Well, that's where our mate Tiago Zeferino isn't it, in Portugal, in the municipality of Vila de Bispo, where a patrol found a bulky object near the surf, later confirmed to be a burlap bale. Now, if not for this news, I would not know what burlap was, and I looked up. Do you know what burlap is? A burlap bale, that's not a reference, that's not another name for the ganja. With our narcotic products inside. Later, a tip-off about the presence of another burlap bale on Moretta Beach in Sagres led to the GNR to confirm the existence of a second bale containing narcotics, accompanied by a jerry can containing 25 litres of fuel. The third seizure was made on Tuesday at Valdelapa Beach in the municipality of Lagoa, where several packages were found near the surf that contained narcotics. In all, the 2 days haul came to 93.6 kilos of hashish. Right, high tide was the best headline I could come up with for that. What about you? Leela's with us as well. How you doing? I did forget about the new start today. Yeah, fair enough. We've only done 4 days of this so far. Quinta-feira, the 9th of January so far. Let's see what happens, shall we? That's the last time I leave my shopping on the beach, Carl. And good morning to you, Leela. Nice to see you with a bon dia, Portugal. Let's stay in the Algarve, shall we? I wasn't attempting a correct pronunciation. I just messed it up, basically. Let me show you an interesting photograph here. This is an artist's impression of a new bridge, which could be called the Bacalhau Bridge. And I will tell you more about this now. We stay in the Algarve with news this morning. And this is the new Faro Bridge, which will be inaugurated on Sunday. Somewhat controversial, very special looking, isn't it? I mean, this is going to, I think, draw crowds to go see it and its unusual design. And I think it's been a long time overdue, as sometimes Portuguese infrastructure projects can be. Maybe the early start time isn't suiting me either, as I struggle to find my words this morning. Here in the kitchen, from my casa to your casa, from my kitchen to yours possibly, or if you're propped up in bed having a cup of tea or coffee this morning, good morning to you. Right, the new Faro Bridge, it will be inaugurated this coming Sunday, I believe. Let's find out more. This time, Michael Brujo, in the Portugal resident. Bridge to Faro Island was most complex, in quotes, the most complex project carried out this century in the Algarve. So it's big news. And this is Faro Mayor Rogério Bacalhau, who says, or he said that, and after years in the pipeline, the new modern bridge to Faro Island, known in Portuguese, you see, this is where the Venn diagrams of news and weather and language and culture overlap. This is Ilha de Faro, or Praia de Faro, is set to be inaugurated on Sunday, January the 12th. The mayor confirmed the bridge will become operational immediately after the inauguration ceremony. So that's nice. If you're down there on Sunday, please take a photograph for us. And as soon as it's inaugurated, you'll be able to walk across it over to the Praia de Faro. And it's expected to feature a government representative. Wow, exciting. Despite some unfinished details, like the installation of LED lighting that is still underway, can't they just grab that from the Chinese shop on Saturday and stick it up? Bacalhau assured residents that these are minor issues that won't affect the bridge's functionality. Well, thank goodness for that. Bacalhau, who interestingly will step down as mayor on Monday to take the top job at regional water company Aguas do Algarve, has highlighted the importance of the new bridge, which, he says, will facilitate access to Faro's cherished island. Did you know there was an island there? Currently only accessible by a narrow one-lane bridge that caused bottlenecks and frustrations for both locals and visitors. It's one of the most requested projects by the people of Faro for many years, and thus I think is a big achievement for all of us, the outgoing mayor told Lusa News yesterday. So there you go. That's he's had a 12-year tenure there. And the opening of the new bridge stands out as the most emblematic, important, and complex project during his leadership. So it may even be known as the Bacalhau Bridge there. I think it went very well. We all deserve congratulations, especially the contractor who carried out the works with great diligence. So there you go. The old bridge will be decommissioned immediately after the new one opens, marking the end of an era for Praia de Faro. So there you go. A couple of news items for you. Nothing too depressing. high tide in the Algarve, and a new bridge that will open on Sunday. Let's take a look at that weather now then. If you are in bed wondering whether to get up or not, let me just tell you what's going on outside in the world. 4 days of sunshine, as I say, with my tally, and 4 days of no sunshine, cloud, and even a lot of rain, actually. It has peed down here on the Silver Coast in recent times. Right, let's have a look then at our weather page there. Lisbon, currently 13, as a high of 17, and we're starting out at the low. And it's foggy. It's foggy in Lisbon today, and we've got to wait until next week, next Monday, for the return of the sunshine, according to the forecast, with a little bit more rain tomorrow. Porto, 15 degrees and misty at the moment, with rain forecast for the next 3 days, sunshine returning on Monday as well there, as it is in Coimbra, where it's 13 degrees and overcast at the moment. It should rise to 17, but rainy in Coimbra today. Faro, where we've just been, 18 degrees is the high today. Only at 11 at the moment and rainy, and it wants to be sunny tomorrow. So let's have a look. For their bridge inauguration, it looks like it's going to be 19 degrees at best and a cloudy day there, which is quite good for the press pack, isn't it? Who'll be waiting there to take photographs. They'll get some cloud cover and not burn their bonces. Braga, although that's more of a British concern, isn't it? Burning your bonds when in the Algarve, probably not such a problem for locals. Up there in the northwest, then Braga, and we've got 14 degrees, overcast clouds at the moment, rising to 15 only today, and it's going to be rainy for the next 3 days. Sunshine to return on Monday. Have we got a request for your weather in your part of the country? Scrolling down, a noticeable lack of sunshine. Looks like it's going to be returning next week now. And I'd like to bring to your attention the fact that on our weather page, and I'll give you the link to it, should you ever, you don't need me to take you there every morning. You can go there under your own steam, where you can also see the weather stations of Phil and Lord Travanca, who I mentioned earlier on. So Phil Ruff has a Silver Coast-based weather station, and Barack has one too in his garden. If you've got one of these and you would like to send us the details, I'll show you what it looks like, actually. Let's just give you a close-up on a personal weather station. I think this one, this is Lord Travanca's. Let me show you what it looks like. Some really detailed weather. If you like looking at the sort of deep diving and analyzing the weather, these weather stations are amazing. And let me show you what sort of data you get. And this is what Lord Travanca has. And that'll be, who else has joined us since I turned me back? Jacqueline Branco is here. Good morning to you from Gayrish. Very close to Phil Ruff's weather station, actually. And we've got Henry Jeffries. Morning, Henry. Nice to see you. Bon dia, Carlos, from Henry. When are we seeing you again, Henry? So there you go. If and when you move here, Henry, if you want to put a weather station in your garden, I'll take the feed from it and we'll get data like this. The location, of course, and we can tell from Lord Travanca's own garden that there is a dew point of 51.4 degrees in the Fahrenheit, 99% humidity. You can't do much better than that. 51.8 Fahrenheit, and it feels like 51.8 Fahrenheit. That's interesting, isn't it? The weather station able to tell us that. And there's a gust of 3.4 miles per hour coming from southeast. This is amazing. Doesn't look like there's been a lot of rain there. Has he got his rain cup out, or is it hidden at the moment? It doesn't look like you've had much rain there, and not much of a UV risk. We can find out from that weather station as well. So isn't that amazing? The data that's there, and graphs and records of the climate there in that particular part of the world. So if you've got a weather station and you'd like to share that with us, we will share that gladly on our weather page. And any other, if you're a weather buff or boff, do please connect up and let me know what's going on and send us a report from where you are. Bob and Viv, says Jackie. It's not mine, honestly. I didn't have 2 donkeys, 1 camel, and a jar of Marmite to buy it. I was a donkey short. Henry, February for a visit, October for a weather station. Yes! Early on, you mentioned burlap, Carl, very common in agriculture. Is it called sisal as well? Is it a hemp product, or is sisal the actual plant? A great area of ignorance for me, as you can tell. It's used in agriculture for animal feed. The old Western TV shows documented its use. Burlap. Sounds like the sheriff, doesn't it? Sheriff Burlap. Portuguese is looking pretty chilly, and we'll get his the shot of him in his office is a weather report in its own right. Everybody, we'll talk to him in about 5 minutes. Burlap got replaced by paper in the 1600s. Burlap, nice word, nice material. Bom dia, Portugal, from João Ernesto de Norte. Good to see you, John. And Peda is here with us now. People slowly rubbing their eyes and yawning and joining the Bom Dia Daily part of the Good Morning Portugal show, such as it is at the moment. I can hear a phone ringing, and I'm not sure if it's mine or not. If you're ringing me, I'm a little bit busy doing the Good Morning Portugal show. Can you hear that messenger call? That's not ideal. We've got Terence Austin calling me. Can you send me the link? Should we see if we can bring him onto the screen here? Let's see if his call's going to be patched through. Is that you? Oh, he's looking very well dressed this morning. Okay, we'll have to come back to him. I think he's trying to get my attention, I think, because he needs the link. He looks fabulously dressed. A little bit like a sports pundit, a very well-dressed sports pundit. He's talking about real estate and houses and homes this morning. He is Captain Kaza, of course, and I must send him the link right now. So let me just do that. Can you send the link again? Oh, he's really what a diva. Not only send it to not just send it, but send it to a particular place there. All right, I'll do my best. I'll do my best to get that to you. The Portuguese are in just a moment. First, though, before then, we're going to go to the 7 best apps. Been trying to do this all week, and for one reason or another, it wasn't making it to the screen. So let's quickly run through those 7 apps, some of which I hadn't heard of, and that's why I'm sharing them with you this morning, and to get a bit of feedback, actually, from the Gumpers, to see which new apps have come onto the market to help us learn Portuguese, because that's important this year. Right, let me do that then, and let's get rid of the weather station for the time being and bring onto the screen these apps. We've got, they're called by Portugal.com the 7 best apps to help you learn European Portuguese, of course. That's a very important distinction. And they are, as we run through them here, so early. So I think, generally speaking, this hasn't been a hugely successful move then, perhaps, to 8 o'clock. But we'll see if we can get used to that, shall we? Right, Janeiro Gelado. Hold on a minute. I think I might have seized up on the screen there. Perhaps I've opened. That's opening Facebook that's done that to try and send the link over to Mr. Austin there. Hopefully we're back. 0 degrees. That's your weather report from Devon. 0 degrees 0. They're talking about it dropping to like minus 20 in parts of the UK. That's outrageous. Is it not? Anyway, let me come back to the 7 best apps. Let's accept those cookies, and goodness only knows what will happen in doing that. 7 best apps to help you learn European Portuguese. And we got as far as practice Portuguese, and we do love those guys, Rui and Joel, but there were some others that suit different types of learning styles. Memrise, don't think that comes as a big surprise to a lot of people. Memrise there, especially helpful for European Portuguese learners. Memrise includes courses specifically for this dialect, unlike many other apps that mix Brazilian Portuguese into the lessons. Apparently there. Pimsleur, for those looking to improve their conversational skills, Pimsleur is an excellent option. So I think we know of those, don't we? LingQ, though, I hadn't heard of. LingQ is a great app for those who prefer learning through reading and immersion in authentic content. So if that's you, LingQ might be for you. What makes it stand out is the ability to create your own vocabulary lists from the content you're reading and save flashcards for later review. If you enjoy learning by engaging with real-world content, LingQ is a powerful tool. Who doesn't like a powerful tool first thing in the morning or when you're learning European Portuguese? Nice little checklist there as well. Reverso, one I'm not too familiar with, Reverso, is an European Portuguese, especially for those looking to enhance their vocabulary and understanding of context It serves primarily as a translation and contextual tool and allows users to input words or phrases and see how they're used in real sentences. And of course, you don't have to limit yourself to one app, do you? You might have a number of angles here with these different learning styles and various approaches to learning the language. Powerful standalone tool for European Portuguese language learners. And 6 is Drops. Visually engaging is Drops. I know some people use Drops. We've heard of that one before. Lingo Clip, not so much. Unique and highly engaging app that offers learners the chance to improve their European Portuguese by using music. So there you go. That's the music-based one. I think I'm going to give that a go. Download that. 3 songs a day for free, or pay $4.99 a month to play thousands of lyrics without waiting. That's a good idea. That's a new one to me, and that is Lingo Clip. So thank you very much, Portugal.com. We better give you the link to that, hadn't we, so that you can find that for yourself and come back to it. Just one quick well-being meme then for you this morning. The well-being team will upbeat, positive and uplifting well-being information. For the time being, I'm just featuring a few nice little memes to give you a little bit of well-being insight and inspiration. Today's will be, so look if we can find that. Well, let's stop sharing things from behind the scenes as well. That's going to make it a little easier on the computer this morning. Yeah, this morning's inspirational meme is this one. Check this out, fellas. Laugh when you can, apologize when you should, although we did say that the other night, didn't we, Tony? Never apologize. Oh, that's contextual as well, isn't it? Apologize when you should and let go of what you can't change. That's probably pretty good advice at the moment, isn't it? And kiss slowly, play hard, forgive quickly, take chances, give everything, and have no regrets. Life is too short to be anything but happy. That sounds like some of the advice Terence Austin might be giving us a little bit later on. You see wonderful things like this on his Facebook timeline if you're lucky enough to be one of his pals over there. Okay, let's bring on the Good Morning Portugal livery onto the screen and give him a nice big round of applause. It's the Portugueser looking free from Portugal this morning.
Bom dia, Portugal. I'm actually not too cold this morning. It's just I'm just back from my run. So I know some people are saying we're a bit early today. Well, some of us have already been up for 3 hours and 20 minutes, and it's something that I